new here, my name is Leisha. I'm an independent artist, and this series I've just kind of been putting together things that I've learned along the way as an independent artist. I have a long way to go, but I figured why not share the things that I've learned as I go along. So I will link the playlist for the other videos for this down below. But other than that, let's just get started. If I look over here, it's because I'm looking at my notes. But let's see. My experience with an artist development service. So I've been working on a project, well, a multi-part project for a while now. And my previous singles that I put out and my first EP that I put out, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of marketing. And so I decided I'm gonna start looking for that, maybe looking for help, see if there's anything that I might be able to afford and like at least do some of the things that I don't know how to do, etc. So I'm going to start this off by saying that my experience with this artist development service thing, I'm not going to really fully describe it entirely because my experience was negative. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't want to name them or describe them in too much detail because one, I did not finish their program, so maybe it would have turned out better. Two, maybe other people who have worked with this company have had better results. And I just don't want to bash somebody I just don't want to do that for any reason, really. And I just want to talk about my experience a little bit to kind of warn other artists to, like, if you're going to get one of these services, to really look into what you're getting and what they're doing for you before you ever sign up. Because half of me is like, well, I got the experience and now I've learned from it and I'll probably never do that again and probably be really careful next time. But the other half of me is like, wow, I wasted a lot of money that I could have used for other things, and that really sucks. But obviously I'm going to choose the other half and be like, hey, I learned something, and money is money, money comes, money goes. But yeah, so I figured I'd make this video to maybe hopefully help somebody else save money. So when I first moved down here to the Nashville area, I kind of didn't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how to break into the industry. Still don't know how to do that, but well, I have ideas, but I'm not fully there yet. But anyways, so I saw this networking event pop up on Facebook and it was in Nashville, and I was like, okay, I feel like I should be doing that. So I'll just go to that. And I ended up talking to this one girl, and she eventually emailed me because she took my card. Flash forward like a few years, like 2 years later, I decided, okay, for this next project, I don't want this to like fly under the radar. I want it to get out to more people than I have before. So I'm going to seek out, like I said, marketing, things like that. And so I found that old email, and I found her, and I looked up her company, and I looked up this company, and I'm like, oh, this is really actually probably what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm just gonna read off what I wrote here because I have a quote in here. So this company is an artist development company. When I had my first initial meeting, they said they were gonna get my music out in front of a lot of people. In the proposed strategy that they made for me, it says, which I have the proposal, so this is what I'm taking it from. This is their words, not mine. We will work together researching, connecting, and pitching to brands for potential partnerships, press outlets for features/premieres. Industry professionals to help build a team, and venues to support a live performance strategy both locally and regionally. So sounds great, right? Except for there was no we about this. They set up an outline of this kind of stuff, like you need to find this, this, and this, but I had to do all the research. I had to research brands. I had to research press outlets. I had to research potential artists to do shows with. I had to research venues. I had to research industry professionals that I might need, even though I didn't know what I needed or didn't need. They were gonna have me do all of the research, and what I was paying for was 2 coaching sessions a month, which were basically check-ins. How's it going? Does anything, like, they would help me if something didn't make sense, but essentially the overall vibe was, you have to do all the research and we're just gonna help you check in, and if you want us to do the research, you have to pay a lot more money per category in order to have that done for you, which would have been a lot more money than the money that I was already paying for the 2 check-ins a month was more than I wanted to pay for, but I understood that I was possibly getting this service. So it was completely not worth it because I was doing 95% of the work, and I feel like the outline, although it was nice to have an outline, it wasn't something that you couldn't figure out for yourself. So like as an independent artist, yeah, I would have tried to figure all that on my own, but I didn't need an outline. I didn't need to pay this big amount for an outline and 2 check-ins. So it was extremely disappointing, and I can already feel myself like feeling a little bit like, because like by the end I was literally crying about this because I was so frustrated, and it was just not a great experience at all. Let's see what else I wrote in my notes here. Okay, so I guess another point I really wanted to make was I'm an independent artist, and a lot of people are independent artists working normal jobs while pursuing music. And so, you know, paying for all of this and paying for just the base level was a lot for me because I'm also paying for studio time. I'm also, you know, paying my own bills. I'm, you know, trying to live life. And so I was paying for them to have me do stuff, and it's really, really, really frustrating. Okay, so another point I wanted to make with this company was this was a Nashville-based company. They did not limit themselves to Nashville clients, but they were based in Nashville. Like, I'm pretty sure all of the people who worked there lived in Nashville or the Nashville area. So why didn't they have a running list of press companies, press outlets, venues, artists, local artists, you know, all those things they wanted me to research? Why didn't they have like a running list, be like, hey, this is a list we have, you might want to double check to make sure these people and stuff are still legit, but here's a list to get started with? Why didn't they have that? I mean, they had like a little tiny list of some people that were like completely out of my price range for their services. So it was just like, I don't know, that just rubbed me the wrong way, that like, if you're a Nashville-based company, and why don't you at least have a list of Nashville resources? It just didn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that really happened. I mean, they had just started to build like a music networking community, which I thought was going to be great, but because I was wasting all this money on not getting anything in return, I chose to like opt out of the whole thing, and I just felt weird about entering the community side of things. Yeah, and I did send an email at the end noting my frustrations. So my hope is that this company does better for other people. It just didn't work out for me. I don't have hate for them. It does suck, and it was really frustrating, but I don't want to put my energy on something that is over. So yeah, so I guess that's all I really have to say about it. If you have any questions, let me know down below. But I guess the moral of this story is, if you're gonna get a company or somebody who's gonna do something for you, make sure you know ahead of time what it is they're actually gonna do for you and what you're gonna do, and try to make that really clear. Because I don't know, the way they worded it initially was, we're gonna, you know, put your music out in front of a lot of people, and that sounded exciting to me. And then when I found out that I was the person who had to research literally everything, I don't know, I guess I keep repeating what happened because it wasn't very much, but yeah. So if I ever go with another company or person or anything, I'm definitely going to be like, okay, what are you actually going to do and what am I going to do? Because I'm not going to waste my money on something that just, yeah, so I'm just repeating myself over and over again. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I want to express that going after music, while it is fun and there's a lot of exciting things, there are some really not so great things, and just want to be transparent and really talk about all of it. So if you have any questions or you have any ideas for this kind of series, I do have other videos in the series, but I don't have a whole lot because I want to do it based on my own experience, and that requires more experience. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have for now, and I will thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you in the next video.